Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to find a sub-niche within your chosen niche market. Now, some of you might be asking, what's the use? Now, we'll answer that later on. But first, I recommend making your niche 3D. Now listen, our goal is to be more specific, to be more specialized, but not small. Making your niche small is totally different from being specialized, and here's why. Now, one reason is because it's hard to maintain and engage lists with different interests, even if it's just under a single market. Now, all that targeting for traffic and segmenting your list will just end up confusing you, especially if you're just starting out. So to avoid that, you're going to make your niche or niche not too broad or too specific. As much as possible, we want it to be more targeted for easier list segmentation and traffic management. Now, the more targeted we are, the more we know how and which people to send to our sales pages. Now, another reason is because in a saturated market, specialization is key. In fact, the narrower the niche, the more you can command a higher price. Now, in order for us to be different in a saturated market, we have to specialize. By doing this, we again distinguish ourselves further from the rest of the marketers out there that cares to basically just about everyone. Think about it. Which gets paid higher, a regular physician or a neurosurgeon? Both of them are doctors, right? But why is it that we think of neurosurgeons in a different light? Why do we treat them with such high regard? The more specialized you are, the better. Be the go-to guy. There's this certain aspect that you want your prospects to know you as. Now here's the thing. Let me ask you, who comes to mind when you say product launches? For me, Jeff Walker is Mr. Product Launch. Now for conversions, I think of Ryan Dice or Todd Brown. For email, I think about Andy Chapran or Ben Settle. For consulting, I think about Frank Kern and Jay Abraham. For copywriting, I think about Dan Kennedy and Gary Halbert. Now, notice how instead of just being another marketer, they made their claim on a specialization and owned it. Now, as for me, I'm okay if you'll remember me as the research guy. That's perfectly fine, because that is how I position myself. Now, to explain this clearly, let me give you an example. One of the niches that I chose in the previous lesson is internet marketing. Now, you have to take note that internet marketing in itself is under the make money niche. Now, taking that into consideration, make money is your first level. Internet marketing will then be the second level. I can still go a bit deeper and have list building as the 3D niche. So where this getting at? Obviously, there are a lot of ways to do list building, and you may or you may not go any deeper than that, because that, my friend, is already considered 3D. Now, are you getting the importance of this step when it comes to your marketing positioning alone? If you do, let's move on. Now, the next process is actually easier than you think. Now, my process in making a niche 3D is to ask myself this formula question, or the question formula, and I think I'm the only one who does it this way, so pardon me if you find it weird. Okay, the question is, what is it about your niche, or my niche, that I'm knowledgeable about? Or if you are not knowledgeable in that particular niche, you just found it interesting, then just ask, what is it about the niche that I want to talk about? Okay, so how does that question make your niche deeper? Now let me show you by applying it on the make money niche. So using the question formula, what is it about make money niche that I'm knowledgeable about? I could say internet marketing, work at home, networking, or MLM, but I'll choose internet marketing since that is where I'm most knowledgeable on. Did it make it more specific? Yes. But are we going to stop there? No. We're only at the first level. You need to go deep, second level. You need to go deeper at the very least one level more. Okay, so you can go as deep as you like, but 3 deep will be your sweet spot. Now we're going to ask again the same question, and this time we're going to substitute our initial answer on the niche part, which in this case is internet marketing. So what is it about internet marketing that I'm knowledgeable about? I could say traffic generation. Now, would that be specific enough? Of course it is. I could again use the formula question to go another level deep, but we're not going to go there. Why? Well, that might be too deep. Now, don't get me wrong. In the internet marketing niche, going 4 deep will be just right. But for other niches out there, you run the risk of being too specific if you go a level deep more. Now, if a niche is too small, generating ideas or lack of it can be a problem. You can be more laser targeted once you already have the experience, but since you're new to this, going 3 deep gives you a bit of a leeway. Okay? So now if I wanted to go deeper, all I need to do is ask myself again that question formula. Now see how simple this is? Now, why do you think the question formula is patterned the way it is? I mean, wouldn't it be simpler to ask, what's the sub-niche of this niche? Right? I know you might be thinking that. That's great and all, but you see, we don't just want a deep and specialized niche. What we want is a sub-niche that we still have an affinity with. Now, you can make it deeper all you want, but without the knowledge or the interest factor, now you'll be wasting your time. Knowledge and interest should always be in the mix. Remember, you're trying to provide answers to people's problems. Now, how are you supposed to provide real-world solutions if you yourself are not knowledgeable enough or not researched enough to do so? Well, that's it for this lesson. The next lesson, I will show you the hot niches that are guaranteed to make you money even if there's a ton of competition.